Hey everyone, thank you so much for all the questions you've been asking. I'm really trying to address as many as I can. And one of the most frequently asked questions is about preparing foods that some people might think is obvious, but others might not have grown up eating it, or they just don't really cook with it that frequently. So we are going to address a couple of those right now. We're going to start with the avocado, which is one of my favorite, it's actually a fruit, but one of my favorite vegetable fruits, whatever you want to call it. I use avocado on everything. This is the easiest way that I know of how to open an avocado. So nice sharp knife. You always obviously want to be careful not to have it go through your hand, obviously. Right now the pit is preventing that from happening. It's actually a little worse once you get it open, where most people end up cutting themselves. So right now the knife hit the pit and you just circle it around just like that, safely keeping your hand away from the knife. Turn it and open it. So now if you just take like a little paper towel, I just go like that and take the pit out. So you just stick the knife in, get a good, little oomph into the pit, and then take the pit out. Then this is where most people cut themselves. They cut the avocado like this and start slicing it. You can't do that because the knife will go through and cut your hand. So usually the best way to do it is probably just down here. It's the safest. So you just slice it. You basically are just running the tip of the knife along the shell of the avocado. Doing a nice little slicing. It's just glazing along the outside of the avocado. Then take a nice big spoon and you just go like that. And now you have your sliced avocado. I love avocado. I put this on everything. No one's eating this except for me, so I can just use my fingers. So the next one we're gonna cut is a pineapple, which, I hope it's ripe. I'm not sure. I actually don't eat pineapple that much because sometimes it's a little too acidic for me. But during the summer or whatever, it's fun. So look, you guys asked me about it, so that's why we're cutting this. So, nice sharp knife, pineapple. So you're just gonna cut the top off and then cut the bottom off. Then what we're gonna do is just kind of cut the outside just all the way around, because you're not going to eat this stuff anyway because it has all the skin goes, almost like 3/4 of an inch in there. And obviously keep your fingers tucked in, to protect yourself. Now there's probably a lot of ways to do this. This is just how my mom taught me, and that all the stuff that she taught me just becomes habit, and now I just do that. But there might be a better way to do this, but you guys asked me, and this is how I do it. So, then you have these little eyes in there you want to cut out and make sure. Just take a good look around. Any little eyes, just shave off. So now the core of the pineapple is what's really hard. So you want to cut that out of there. So what I do is I literally just cut it into 4 chunks. This is the core that's like super hard. Just throw that away. So then what you're left with is all of the soft, ripe flesh. That sounds really terrible, but whatever. That's what it's called. So then, pineapple. This one, there's a little weird thing still on there, so you can cut that off. And then you just start piling it up in your bowl. It's pretty easy. Once you kind of just get the hard core out of there, then you just, slice it up. A lot of times it's just the idea that the fruit might look a little scary, or you're not used to like a fruit or vegetable, we'll throw that out. You're not used to like cooking with it or whatever. And it's like almost the idea of it is more scary than actually doing it. Because once you actually do it and get a little bit of basic understanding on how easy it is, then, then it becomes not scary anymore. But that is the pineapple. Next, what you guys have asked about is a cantaloupe, which I actually eat a lot in my house, and my daughter loves it. But I've been told to push on the bottom. How you test for ripeness is to push on the bottom, see if it gives a little. This one does give a little. It doesn't, I can't smell in it. It's apparently you're supposed to be able to push it so it gives a little, and it's supposed to smell like sweet. But this one does give a little bit, and it doesn't smell like anything. So I don't know, but it does have the give, so let's see what happens. Regardless, I can show you guys how to cut it open. So go like that, get a nice grip on it. This one actually looks really ripe. And what you want to do is you want to get all these seeds out. So again, same kind of spoon like you scooped out the avocado. You basically just want to get a good grip on there and scoop out the seeds. This same thing you do with like squash. Like if you get a butternut squash. When I make zucchini for my daughter, when she was younger, I had to take the little seeds out. So you just get a good grip on the spoon and just scoop out the seeds. So then you want to scoop out the cantaloupe seeds on both. This cantaloupe is super ripe, so that little squishy test worked. There's a lot of different ways to cut this, obviously, but again, this is how I was taught, so this is just how I do it. So I basically just cut like just strips like this. Again, just be careful with where you put your fingers. And then what I'll do is, I'll take a thicker one to really show you. Then I just cut the rind off just like that. And then you just like that. Can't really see it, but those are your little cantaloupe slices. If you're feeling super confident, you can double up. Do a little double. Once you get the hang of it. Just be careful, obviously, because it's slippery. And you want to make sure you're super comfortable with it before you do that, obviously. And then there you go. You got your cantaloupe chunks. We could make a very nice fruit salad with all this stuff. And then you just continue to do it with the other side as well. I'll show you doing the other side again, just so we have it. You could also just rewind the video, but maybe you don't feel like it. Maybe you don't want to, so we're just gonna do it again. So strips, as thin or as thick as you want it. You can make them super thin. Okay, and let's take a nice strip from the middle just to show you again. And there are your little cantaloupe chunks. And then you just do it with the rest of them. So I'm gonna sit here and do this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Put on notifications to get notified about when I'm putting up videos. Any other questions you guys have, I love doing this stuff, so let me know and I will try to address as many as I can. And thank you guys so much for watching.